All right, let's go back to the crew because there's not like there's anything left to do.
Commander, this unit requests your presence in the cockpit to discuss a priority matter.
Ooh. That looks really good, actually. I like that. I had that armor before.
A significant anomaly has been detected by onboard sensors. This unit has cross-checked all data points and verified the findings. Horizon Point Station has reappeared.
That's not good.
Based on energy readings, Horizon Point has been reconstituted by the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator, thus confirming the Archive's theory. While present data does not indicate if Horizon Point poses an immediate threat, a survey of the reconstituted station is advised as soon as possible. Calculating. According to the Archive, closing all rifts requires locating the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator and inputting the rift data processed by the Archive. However, before navigating to Horizon Point Station, it is recommended you conclude all other affairs. Leaving will be highly unlikely due to the high levels of rift energy. That is a correct assessment, Commander. Transitioning to Good News Protocol. As this unit was corroborating data on the anomaly, a message was also received from your allies, Commander. Auntie's Choice and the Order have sent word that their forces will be prepared to render you assistance once you navigate to Horizon Point. Briefing complete. Now returning to situation monitoring and data analysis, Commander.
Yeah, that looks bad.
It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of being reconstituted. The rift itself is also more unstable than ever. As a result, landing closer to the location of the Protectorate's large-scale rift anomaly modulator is not possible. In order to modify it with the rift data you processed in the Archive, you will need to travel to its location on foot and seize it from Protectorate control. The Order and Auntie's Choice have sent their forces, as promised, but they will need to find their own landing zones. You may be without assistance as you navigate the station. The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's flagship, Providence, hovering on the far side of the station. Hypothesizing. Given Protectorate hierarchy and the recent announcement about the Sovereign's mental refreshment, this is likely the Consul's doing. He will need to be stopped.
But to what end is he working here? The Consul I once knew would never act so recklessly.
The Consul's motives are unknown. While destruction may be the result, it may not be the goal. Warning. The rift is growing dangerously unstable. Using the rift modulator on board the Providence is the only way to prevent certain destruction of the colony.
Of course she's here. The past is future and all that. Well, I'm not trusting her to get the job done. Not like last time.
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the rift and save Arcadia and all those in its orbit. There is minimal room for error, Commander. Good luck.
I feel like I should bring Niles. Given that it's Horizon Point, you know? What the hell is that? Octopus space kraken. What the hell of a ship? Alright, boys, let's go.
This place is a nightmare beyond the most fevered delusion. And those soldiers, they do not look right. The console stands at the controls of the Sovereign's own flagship. How my blood boils.
Everything's broken here. Wires, twisted, landing pad.
Get the water and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Advance! Look at yours, outsider!
Exposure.
It's an affront against the architect, against the nation.
Being back here feels like straying into a dream. The bad kind.
I cannot begin to imagine what you went through after departing this place. But know this, the commander and I stand readily by your side. We shall slay this nightmare together.
Ah, support's appreciated. Can't have much to fear with him.
This is not a death befitting a noble subject of the Protectorate. The thought of meeting a similar fate makes me shudder.
It's just all the same stuff from before. I mean, I guess that makes sense, because this is just the same ship as before. Curious how there was... I mean, I killed everyone on board, so, like... That's probably bad. Can they see me?
Let us hope that whatever architect-forsaken logic operates within this place does not fail.
Attention! This is your Ante calling. Per our agreement, Ante's choice support ships, including the fine print, the contingency plan, and the upper hand, are headed your way. Order forces are on a similar trajectory.
We've support in spades. The consul must be quaking in his boots.
I mean, we just got 3 little ships. That's not really...
Not sure I trust our shield to hold it against that plasma. Let's find another way around. Thought my plasma shower days were behind me when I left home.
Nature intends.
Taking
is he doing?
This is Augustine DeVries, formerly of the Earth Directorate. Consider this a recording for posterity. The Consul of the Protectorate is responsible for the twisted wreckage of this station. It is my hope that whatever you find here will save the rest of the galaxy from this fate. Know that I did my level best to stop him. But if you are listening, it is likely I have failed in my mission. Yet again. And for that, I am sorry.
Against us. Ready to dispense.
I do like this never having to reload thing.
Medics and pharmaceutical provisions incoming. And we're right behind them with a delivery of Auntie's Choice finest supplies. Soon you'll say, that is better than nature.
Forward! Forward! Destroy these abominations! Adjusting calculations. Hold fire on our allies.
At your word, I shall talk!
Exposure. Undermining.
You guys can do it.
N-ray. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
In all my research, I've never observed anything so monstrous.
It's...
Much to consider.
Oh shit, he's supposed to be the split. Jesus Christ. We're joking, they give you a full set.
Reacquiring target.
Supplies and medical attention are available to you, Commander. Please.
Terminated.
I do like the design of the tentacle ship there. Weird.
Why did you make me do this? Why?
That sounds like... Helen? No. No, it couldn't be.
Yeah, that's definitely Helen.
Get away from me. See them? They were my teammates and they didn't listen neither. You'll end up just the same.
Helen? It's me, Niles.
Wait, Rookie? Commander? Is that you? No, this must be some kind of trick. Oh, what's happening to me? So it is you. Thank Law. I don't understand what happened, Commander. Something was wrong with Sandoval and Jepson. They glowed like they were aflame. They ran in, jumped at me, clawed at me. Law, I had to kill them.
Oh, Helen. That's awful. But you were only defending yourself. I'd have done no different.
I don't understand what's happening. Everything was fine. Till the explosion. I was pinned. Fire closed in. I tried to move. I tried to find the Rookie. Then the whole station shook and tore apart. And then... nothing.
She was alive when the rift engulfed the station. That's how she's here now. We could have saved her, Commander. We could have done something.
Wait. There was something else. Sandoval was yelling. DeVries wasn't responding to comms. What happened? Don't tell me the situation got too fluid for you, DeVries. That it?
Certainly not. I was focused on the objective, as every one of your crew should have been. Isn't that right, Commander?
Yeah. Something tells me that ain't quite true.
That's right. It wouldn't do to have any distractions. I'm thankful that you understand.
Oh. But everything ain't right, is it? That thing in the sky. It's done something to me, I think. And to Sandoval. And Jepson. But I ain't sure what.
It's called reconstitution. The Protectorate are trying to put the whole station back to how it was before it was destroyed. You included. But it's failing.
So I've come back from death to some warped version of life? All because of some twisted experiment? Is that about right? You can help me though. Right, Commander? You can do something to fix this. Boyd. This is it, ain't it? I'll never see the sun again. Never fly in our ship. Never anything. Makes two of us. But maybe you could do me one final favor. end this for me? I can't. I don't think I can do it myself. Please. I'm sure.
Glad we could do you this one last kindness. Rest easy now, Helen. You've earned it. Won't let no one forget your bravery.
Always knew I could count on you, Rookie. You've made a damn fine agent. Only wish I'd been there to see it.
Pascal? Helen? If I may, I'd like to see to your proper burial as an Earth Directorate agent. If you wish for it.
That'd be nice. Being seen off, right? This is the final kindness you'll do for me, Commander. Thank you. Try not to miss, huh?
It's all right. This will be over soon. I swear it.
Thank you for putting an end to her suffering. I know that wasn't an easy decision, but it was the right one.
You're the one who forged an alliance between Auntie's Choice and the Order, ain't you? We got supplies and medical support for you up ahead.
The Order thanks you for your tactful negotiations with Auntie's Choice. Supplies are available upon proceeding.
I need black powder. Not sure how breaking down a gun gives you black powder. Like, that doesn't matter.
You with Auntie?
Hold clear.
We brought supplies.
You may approach,
We're
Commander. We've got supplies at the ready.
Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments.
You lose something down there?
Explosive.
Oh, tell me, do you feel as terrible as you look?
Wow, rude.
Initial observations conclude that the subject is suffering from multiple ailments.
You're the one who forged an alliance between Auntie's Choice and the Order, ain't you? We got supplies and medical support for you up ahead.
There's the Providence. Oh, wow, beauty. I mean, apart from the whole rendering space-time a Sunday. And look there. That rover looks inbound for the skip labs.
Who's that?
These foes have been destroyed once, and we shall destroy them again.
Oh, I recognize this now.
Enrage. Exposure. Enrage. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
We're getting close to like the end, so I'm gonna change into clothing. Where's my policeman outfit? I should have favored it. It's near the bottom. What did I disable power to? I don't. Oh.
It would appear our path is barred. That rift looks exceedingly unstable.
Haven't come this far just to give up. Let's look around. Gotta be some way to deal with this.
Can't just shoot it with a thing.
This is Scientist Bernard Rand, sent to Horizon Point Station by order of the Consul. While monitoring the reconstitution, I picked up strange readings in the old skip lab. The core appears to be pulling plasma tightly around it, not unlike a planet and its moons. Fascinating, though it thwarts my attempts to gather more data. Fortuitously, in searching the remains of the lab, I found an equation that could manipulate the core just enough to clear the chamber. And my way to professional acclaim. Let this be a record of Protectorate ingenuity. Bernard Rand, the man who marched fearlessly into chaos and tamed it.
I feel dumber just having listened to that. Well, at least we know what we need to clear that rift. Suppose this is a bad time to mention I barely passed my high-intensity arithmetic course at the academy? Oh, was that all we needed?
Let us return to the Rift Terminal so we might continue on our way.
I don't hate having a lucky trade. Came in handy a couple times.
Malefactor ahead.
The guidance of our victims. Sorry.
This must be the Sovereign's office. Guess money and power can't buy taste.
Oops.
Taking credit for someone else's genius? Can't say I'm surprised. My vision is starting to swim for a moment there.
We gotta be getting towards the end game.
These readings. This isn't congruent with our observations in the laboratory. Our projections are off by orders of magnitude. Sovereign save us. Montserrat's hypothesis was correct all along. The result from the experiments were false. Capture the readings. We'll let the blame settle as it must. Data retrieval complete. So the others return shortly.
Like 700 grenades.
Prosecuting! Ready to waste it. On your command.
We should get up to the Providence quick light and find that rift modulator.
Ooh, I got real close to that. What did this one do?
I shall reduce them to a slurry!
Let's roll, baby.
It was easier than I expected. Now, let's find a way to unseal the hangar before we're noticed.
I don't even know why I keep looking at this. I don't need any. more stuff. Makeshift armor is so overpowered. Can't really use the uranium grenades against the automechs. I haven't really used a gloop grenade. Try one of that. Not really anyone on the ship, is there? By trial or refreshment?
Attention, crew deck. Intruder alert. Be vigilant.
Strange bedfellows indeed. They best find
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Oh my god.
Without complaint.
My favorite morally gray contractor. Join me. We have important business to discuss. Come, come, quickly now.
What the hell is Auntie Cleo doing here?
If you must replace lost equipment, please submit proof of punishment. Unit does not accept blood. Please make a request. This ship is only for authorized Protectorate subjects. You are on this ship. Thus, you are a Protectorate subject. If you are not a Protectorate subject, please purchase a weapon from this unit and shoot yourself. Subjects are expected to pay for any supplies beyond standard issue. Monthly munition supplies should be quite sufficient for training purposes. In case of enemy attack, subject is expected to kill invaders efficiently enough not to require additional resources. Display.
Better get a move on before this ramshackle sprattle of a station falls apart. Hustle up to the science wing. Get the rift modulator. I'll talk at you later.
You guys got it.
Greetings, unscrupulous criminal element. Please note that by entering this restricted area, you may be subject to mental replacement.
Still don't get how Magisaurs are. Oh, you guys are busy.
By speaking with this unit from a restricted area, you have earned an additional demerit. Please, this unit acknowledges that the concept of pay may be strange and alarming. Please note that theft will result in punishments that are infinitely more strange and alarming.
Sorry, buddy. I just love how Auntie Chloe's out here fucking shooting things. Say what you will about her, but she's getting her hands dirty. Is there just a ladder going nowhere? Oh, to get in the bunker. Oh, pitchball cards in here? Not hard to believe. Oops. Doctor.
Please keep any and all fluids leaking from your body from staining the floor. Failure to do so will result in punishment via denial of medical service. How might this unit bolster or reduce your request received? Locating cruelest medical tools. If you experience spontaneous exsanguination after treatment, please return to this unit before you die of blood loss. How might this unit bolster or reduce your current blood volume? Note, by viewing inventory, user admits they possess foreign currency and shall submit to inspection, interrogation, and / or violent beating by security. Displaying inventory.
He seems nice. Not much for food here in the mess hall. I would have expected a bit more. How did they get a mock apple? I'm already turned around in here.
I'm a huge admirer of your work. Perfect. Lovely day for differential geometry.
Better get a move on before this ramshackle sprattle of a station falls apart. Hustle up to the science wing. Get the rift modulator. I'll talk... talk at you later.
What's going on down there, Deck 01? I saw an intruder alert. Acknowledged. This intercom is to be used for emergencies only. Misuse of this intercom will result in prompt arrest and correction of the perpetrator. Now, how can I assist you, Deck 01? Again? I shall send her down right away. But this is becoming a daily occurrence, and I will see such slothfulness reflected on her record. Exactly right. Think I enjoy sitting here, fielding inane requests day after day? But I remind you that gossip is strictly prohibited over this channel. Over and out.
Alright, buddy. You can do this. Just tell the doctor that you need some sentimental refreshment. Has everyone dropped of exhaustion? No. Maybe some sort of drill. Or someone slipped oxymorphone into the Borsloth again. If only that were me. So, sorry, I have an appointment to keep. You know, it's against code to impede me from seeking medical treatment. Please, let me get release from this life. Please, let me get release from this life.
Seems like she's gone through enough. Did I pickpocket her? Why is this? Okay, how am I detected? By what? I trank her? Sorry, lady.
I know we must save Arcadia at all costs, but killing an unarmed scientist in cold blood? Surely we're better than this.
I tried.
Tell me we're not going to just go blundering ahead. That's not the plan. Right, Commander?
Good that we went through the rigmarole of acquiring that scientist's credentials. If we choose to keep from arbitrating the local scientists, we may be able to gather information on where the console's modulator is stationed.
Attention! Due to the sensitive information housed on this deck, all subjects are required to keep access credentials on their person at all times.
No, I do not need a respite.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Hostile spotted!
Suspicious.
None shall stand against us!
Did you not hear the intruder alert from the crew deck? This is a very poor time to be loitering somewhere you should not. You'd best present a very convincing reason for your presence, lest I order our automechs to smear you across the floor. Oh, are you a rift specialist? Please don't let me keep you. Speak with Chief Scientist Montserrat in the rift chamber. He'll help you get situated. I would appreciate it if you did not mention my tenor to him. Of course, the console's vision for an idealized version of Arcadia are paramount to my own aims. It's my wife, you see. She's never loved me, and she chews with her mouth open. Through the console's plan, I expect to see both issues rectified, especially the latter one. Montserrat asserts that this is not how the rift shall work, but I believe he simply needs to redouble his devotion.
What a weird man.
competition, yet I can see the sheer arrogance in this display. Reconstitution cannot work. It must not be allowed to work.
Go about your business, or do not.
Irrefutable proof that the Consul's mad plan is impossible. Yet even if we confronted him with it, I doubt it would stop him.
Go about your business, or do not.
Seems the console's surrounded by more than mere sycophants. Bad news for him, but good for us.
This looks bad.
Look at the size of the rift modulator. Seems we shan't be using it. Not without commandeering the whole of the ship. Let us see what we can unearth regarding it.
Definitely looks like a boss fight.
Self-locking bolt inventory at 0. Please good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Unit has been apologies, but an automechanical's work is never concluded.
I received word that you were here. Rift specialist, are you? What exactly was it that you needed? I'm rather short on time, as a gander outside might tell you. Yeah, well, we all have urgent needs. And mine is to keep my lab and hopefully the rest of this system from falling apart. I need the modulator for my own analysis. You can wait. The IRC. I did not realize you were a colleague of sorts. We haven't shared much of our findings with your branch, I'm afraid. But our results do match. Raw data from whatever a rift engulfs is preserved, yes, but the essence of a thing is not. Like a sense of self, for example, is lost forever. Further, there is no proof that such data can be stabilized or even edited. The Consul's plan is futile, completely. But he no longer listens to me, which is distressing. I've prepared a report for him showing how the very structure of the modulator makes what we're attempting impossible. But I doubt he will pay it much mind. Yes, but as I said, I fear the report won't do any good. It's clear you aren't bound with the same rules as the rest of us somehow. If he won't hear me out, perhaps a third party will have more luck. And the module over there will allow you to download my report and grant you access to the control deck. I hope you're able to sway him. Because if you don't, we're all dead. A deck up in the control room. The console is the only one who has the means of controlling it, which makes your persuading him that much more necessary. Go now.
Science deck. Authorized visitor aboard. Do not be alarmed.
Accessing report. Rift restoration analysis. Compiled by Chief Scientist Monserrate. Marked for delivery to Consul Thoreau.
Esteemed Consul, after much analysis, my conclusion is that the modulator we have worked tirelessly to build will not function as intended when used for reconstituting matter from rifts. Every test of reconstitution has resulted in demonstrable failure. Proceeding as we are now with Horizon Point Station will surely lead to severe, unanticipated consequences. The modulator is only effective at closing rifts from unsafe distances. Using it to close exacerbated rifts will certainly lead to the destruction of any vessel carrying it. Unfortunately, the data that we originally had hoped for from the ancient rifts detected in the far reaches of space untouched by humanity has not yielded any of its secrets. And we are now out of time. All of our recent readings suggest that we're on the verge of losing control of this rift. I recommend diverting from our current plan before it is too late for Arcadia. I've included extensive notes and annotations appended to the modulator schematics to substantiate these conclusions. I know you will guide us wisely, my dear Consul.
This can't be right. If skip drives are causing the rifts, why are they showing up past the frontiers of known space?
Our work here is not done. We must confront the console before anything can come to fruition regarding these schematics or the rift modulator.
Better get a move on before this ramshackle sprattle of a station falls apart. Hustle up to the science wing. Get the rift modulator. I'll talk at you later. Look at you, here before me. Surprised you could outrun these new legs of mine. They're what everyone's going to be wearing next fall. Well, I'm here now. Where's the rift modulator? No matter, dear. I see a data cartridge on you that wasn't there before. I assume those are the schematics. Did you find anything else of note? Wait, what? But rifts are caused by skip drive travel. Human-piloted skip drive travel. How is that possible? Nothing would please me more. Just think, another form of intelligent life to sell goods to. A chance to create needs no one ever knew existed for beings we never knew existed. Much as I'm intrigued by the significance of all this, there's no time to dwell on it now. We need to confront the consul. You might be savvy enough to talk him down, but his type requires a deft touch. You'll need to break him down brick by brick. If you're too adversarial, he'll simply shut down. Well, I can't control what you do, dear, as much as I might wish I could. But if you do start a fight, you best be equipped to finish it.
You may try to reason with the consul, but I suspect it is a worthless effort. Traitors typically only realize their errors through force.
The more we debate, the more time we squander. We must resupply and shore up whatever defenses we have quickly. And if you've something to say to any of us, Commander, I suggest you say it while you have the chance. No telling what awaits us beyond that door. We'll succeed in our mission, Commander.
This is it, Commander. Only thing standing between us and saving Arcadia is a single dastardly villain. Feels almost quaint after everything else, don't it? This is the mission we should have been on from the moment the Earth Directorate dropped us into the system. Liberating Arcadia from its despots. I could have done without the 10-year interlude. But sure. You know, back in the day, reading tales of all your daring do's, never could have imagined myself fighting alongside you. Not just as a fellow agent, but also a friend. Funny how life turns out. All right. Enough jawing. Let's show the consul to his reward. Long knows it's long past due.
Oh, don't go getting all weepy on me now. We'll see each other again later. That is, unless we don't.
So, here we finally stand, at the threshold of the final confrontation with the consul. How I have waited for this moment. There's little doubt that he must be slain. And yet, I wish there were an alternative. He should have to rectify his wrongs and answer to Arcadia's people. I'm merely doing my duty, Commander. Though that's very kind of you to say. There was a time when all of this, not just confronting the consul, but standing here beside you, would have been impossible to consider. I'm glad that we met. Let us proceed. We shall bring the consul to justice together.
Hack 20? Quite a room.
Ah, Redactor Essman. Very punctual, good. Don't take a seat, this will be quick. My sentinels tell me you have some interesting ideas. Oh, easy. No need to break into a sweat. Interesting ideas can be useful in the right hands. Especially now that our partnership with the Order has become fraught. We may need our own version of their pacifying doctrine. Oh, so
I do have a germ of an idea. A less grand version of the grand plan. Instead of atoms and particles and such, it's made up of us. All doing our part, like cogs in a machine.
Interesting. A system where every subject believes they have a role to play. Enthusiastic obedience. Why, the Sovereign and I were thinking of this very thing. What should we call it?
Well, I'm not sure. It's still just a germ of a concept, of a hint of an idea, you see. It's a whole new way of thinking. A new model of society. Quite the paradigm shift.
Paradigm. Very good, Esmond. Say, you look frazzled, troubled by your own thoughts. Why don't you report to mental refreshment? My staff will personally see to your well-being.
Honorable to the last. The consul will pay. He will pay most dearly.
Never would I ever have believed Auntie Cleo herself would walk through that door. But I haven't time to linger in the novelty. Sentinels, if you would.
Do I appear like someone afraid of a few guns? Give it up, Emery. You've lost this war. Have some dignity. You're coming off desperate.
On the contrary, this desperate action is what will save all of Arcadia and rid it forever of trespassers like you. Do not place his decision at my feet. I know it's difficult for the likes of you to fathom the concept of self-sacrifice, but he chose mental refreshment for the good of us all. And what am I to do but carry on his legacy? What am I to do but achieve what he could not? I'll only be killing a select number permanently. The worthy, however, will be resurrected and reformed so they may reach their full potential. Open your mind, Commander. Yes, I know well who you are. In any other situation, I might be compelled to take you apart and see how precisely it is you operate, but time, it would seem, isn't on your side. You are a relic of an impotent institution, propelled forward by nothing more than luck and foolhardy metal. Ah, but your justice is not mine. How does it feel, having your very purpose change as frequently as the wind? I've been following your progress closely, you know, since you so unceremoniously tampered with our Vox relay on Paradise Island. When you began your dealings with the Order and the Corporatists, I thought that perhaps having a chaotic element in their midst could work in our favor. But now you're here, scurrying around my ship and attempting to thwart the Protectorate yet again. You think yourself clever, don't you? The Sovereign is indisposed, leaving myself as the sole custodian of Arcadia. What's his is mine. And the victory I inevitably clench over you, over anyone, will be his in turn. For all your bluster, you seem more concerned with running your mouth than improving your performance in the field. Tell me, did you manage to stop us from bringing your peace talks to a swift end? As I recall, Greater Tranquility was reduced to little more than mangled ruins in a single moment.
You used the peace talks as a test run for this.
It was a modest success. I had hoped it'd hobble Auntie's choice in the Order once and for all, but it has proven to be a valuable lesson in patience. I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan before you. Though, judging from that vacant expression on your face, it would appear you've no idea what I intend. It's only a crime in your estimation. When one clinches a decisive victory, who among the living would dare complain about the methodology? Using the very rift modulator on this ship, we will destroy Arcadia and edit the information stored within the resulting rift, all to reshape our colony into its perfect form. Horizon Point's destruction all those years ago was a tragedy, yes, but without it, we might never have opened our eyes to our true purpose and the possibility of Arcadia's rebirth. When the matriarch discovered the first skip drive, she set us on a course to elevate humanity. We're now writing our path, and I will do my part as the architect intended. Intrepid, aren't you? Well, what's relevant is what came after. Our matriarch dissected this skip drive technology, learned its secrets, and enabled us to produce them en masse, which eventually led to the manifestation of rifts. But it was not until well after Horizon Point's untimely end that we understood the opportunity gifted us. The opportunity to reconstruct the colony in its perfect form. It is as the Grand Architect designed. And believe you me, I've no intention of letting you thwart our securing of a better future. One free of doubt and greed.
Beware, Commander. The Consul is a master manipulator. Trying to speak with him may be more dangerous than simply slaying him on the spot.
You're entirely out of your jurisdiction. And were I within reach, I would strike down this apostate dog myself. If you wish for me to entertain your argument, you will silence him.
Yeah, no. Fuck it.
Consul Emery Thoreau, I accuse you of perfidy of the highest degree. Traitorism against the Sovereign and his Protectorate. I find you guilty on all counts. Prepare for absolution.
You overeager fools. This is the last mistake you'll ever make.
Taking punitive action.
Just doing a quick
Assess
round.
the ship system so we can suss out what to do.
Seems all my considerable efforts here have been ill spent. Total rift destabilization is imminent. Our last resort is our only resort now. We need to fly the rift modulator in.
Knew there'd be a catch. Something we didn't plan for. On the bright side, Tris knows me 5 bits.
Brighten up, everyone. Not all of us need go, but someone present will need to take one for the team. I do appreciate the effort, dear, but it's clear we're in a bit of a tough spot. The Order and I will use the schematics and the processed Rift data to mass-produce modulators that are usable at a distance. These pesky Rifts will soon no longer plague the colonies. If you're looking for a sap to fly that rickety rig, don't look at me. I intend to abscond back to my ship with those wonderful little schematics. I have plans for those plans. Now why'd you have to bring that up? That's, I suppose you've made one hell of a sales pitch. Okay. Fine. I'll do it.
A corporate executive sacrificing herself for the greater good? Did I mix inhalers this morning?
Oh, shut up, the lot of you! Don't make a fuss, or you'll make me change my mind. Now, there's a nice thought. If they make one of the consul, tell them I said to give him no chin. Now, I think I've had my fill of this conversation. Simply take the schematics and depart my presence in awestruck, misty-eyed silence.
By the ghosts of her past, Auntie Cleo boarded the ship and became the galaxy's unlikely savior. In her final moments, the ruthless Auntie's Choice CEO mused that maybe she was the best choice after all. Thanks to the commander's quick thinking in sparing it from the Vox station's fiery crash, Paradise Island's Fairfield remained a profitable company town for Auntie's Choice. For his outside-the-box thinking and innovative propaganda techniques, D.B. Milverstreet was promoted, while rival Officer Carr seethed at her lack of upward mobility, or even bronze-tier executive benefits. Vigilant Hogarth, now acclimated to Fairfield, leaned on the protectorate ideals of neighborliness, while overlooking all the authoritarian tactics, so he might help the Order to succeed. With the equation, Auntie's Choice assumed control over the day-to-day workings of Matriarch's Mercy, the better to monitor their new colleagues in the Order. The monastery, however, returned to normal operation, tracking the clockwork of the grand plan. The monastery's abbot became a scapegoat for recent tragic events, having not detected Wiley's dastardly schemes. His superiors demoted him, mainly to show their corporatist allies that academics could keep their people in line too. Seer Wiley fled the Order and sought refuge in a backwater Arcadian town to contemplate his failings. As word of the ex-seer's arrival spread, people lined up for predictions. Forsaking the math that failed him, he offered obvious yet effective advice instead. After defending Fort Endurance against a fierce Mantisaur attack, Executive Warchek was awarded a commendation for profit-securing stalwartness, as well as promotion to regional manager. He eventually passed peacefully in his sleep at the scientifically astounding age of 6. Val continued to serve the commander of the Incognito faithfully for many more years than should be possible, giving automechs like her everywhere a reputation as stable and reliable. As a result, more Valerie units were put into service, while fewer human agents were deployed into the field. As he rose through the Earth Directorate ranks, Niles pressed for a field directive to deploy the new Val units only when the situation posed significant risk. The policy reduced agent casualties by a significant margin. Oddly enough, in-office deaths increased by a not insignificant margin. Agent Niles Ibarra achieved the rank of commander, earning renown as a formidable agent, unafraid to challenge the status quo within the Earth Directorate. He recruited his friend Zebulon Tran to the Earth Directorate, a gesture of gratitude for not airing the Directorate's dirty laundry. Together, they vowed to reform the agency from within, so it might never again bargain with authoritarian governments. Ultimately, Niles rose to the position of Secretary General. His term saw the Earth Directorate at its most popular, or, in the eyes of corporations and tyrannical governments, most feared. Following Inez's humiliation of Auntie's Choice VP Willard Conan, the grafting program was shuttered forever. Inez ensured that all surviving grafted soldiers received full medical treatment and were compensated for their suffering. Those who died from the experiments were honored. Utilizing what he learned alongside the commander, Tristan attempted to reform Protectorate society from within. But with no authority figure to lead its subjects, the Protectorate was a shell of its former self. After thoughtful cogitation and calculation, Marisol slowly began to reject violence as the sole method for eliminating random variables. Not coincidentally, her social calendar began filling up. Asa finally achieved her dream of dying in a rift. All it took was a daring and blood-soaked heist of a modulator to create a rift that she then summarily leapt into. Thus Asa remained a fanatical member of the Glorious Dawn, spreading the truth of the rifts to her final agonized breath. With the modulator schematics shared as joint intellectual property, Auntie's Choice and the Order's partnership remained steady, despite the need for constant compromise. For a time, the Arcadia colony thrived. But with the old Auntie dead, a new figurehead was needed to keep up appearances. Company execs fast-tracked auditions for a new Auntie. Some employees thought she looked suspiciously different, but were too overjoyed with the prospect of growing profits to care. Adrift without firm leadership, Protectorate subjects struggled with post-war life. A small band of hardliners collaborated to preserve their society in the face of Arcadia's new leadership. When Sovereign Varric was discovered in mental refreshment, the Order and Auntie's Choice bickered over what to do with him. They ultimately decided to announce his death, while letting him live the rest of his addled days behind closed doors aboard the undisputed claim. Until one day, Amos stumbled upon the Sovereign's private quarters and freed him, rocking the colony with a brief scandal. Despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for Free Market Station. Sub Rosa continued to supply the colony in the wake of the commander's actions. Unable to die in their sacred rift after it was closed, the Glorious Dawn heeded a new calling, seeking the modulators needed to create new rifts, so that they could die in those instead. The dangerous experimental research of Marisol's contact from Point Obviation lived on, with a Seer predicted 11.9% probability of yielding a universe-ending catastrophe. Meanwhile, an entrepreneurial work group of chemistricians unveiled a new flavor of Purple Berry Crunch. The rift compromise between the Order and Auntie's Choice led to prioritized assistance for the colonies that agreed to favorable trading terms. The so-called Auntie's Loyalty Program tripled the corporation's net worth. Meanwhile, the Order was able to sermonize their version of scientism alongside Auntie's marketing and PR onslaught. At least 2 colonies in Auntie's Loyalty Program. Many outside died because their rifts weren't closed in time. All of these events turned on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate agent and their unique way of navigating Arcadia, its disparate factions, social complexities, ubiquitous product placement, and arsenal of absurdly satisfying weaponry. But through it all, and to this day, Earth has remained inexplicably dark.
That wasn't too bad of an ending. I'm gonna let the credits roll and see if there's an after credits scene. They didn't really give anything about how the commander. They just said that Valerie stayed with us.
Congrats on reaching the ending. Well, an ending. Plenty more where that came from. How about another go? Additional playthroughs don't cost nothing. Yet.